Our eyes are not just physical organs that allow us to perceive the world around us. They are windows into our soul, reflecting our inner health, emotions, and connection to the world. For centuries, cultures around the globe have revered vision as one of the most precious gifts of life. In both ancient Buddhist teachings and Ayurveda, the practice of maintaining eyesight goes beyond just keeping our vision sharp. It is about nurturing a deeper connection between the body, mind, and spirit. In today's fast-paced, technology-driven world, eyesight has become more fragile than ever. The increasing prevalence of eye strain, nearsightedness, and other vision-related issues can largely be attributed to our overuse of digital devices and our disconnection from nature. We spend hours staring at screens, surrounded by artificial light, without ever giving our eyes the rest or care they need. However, there is hope in ancient wisdom. Thousands of years ago, before the advent of modern medicine and ophthalmology, our ancestors discovered powerful remedies in nature that not only improved eyesight, but also restored a deeper sense of clarity and balance to life. These remedies were not just physical solutions. They were woven into the fabric of spiritual teachings that promoted holistic well-being. This essay will take you on a journey into one such story, a timeless Buddhist tale that offers both practical and spiritual solutions to the problem of failing eyesight. Alongside the story, we will explore the Ayurvedic practices and remedies that have been passed down through generations, practices that remain relevant and effective to this day. Whether you struggle with vision problems or seek to maintain your eyesight for years to come, this essay will provide you with the knowledge and inspiration to care for your eyes in a holistic, natural way. Through the teachings of Ayurveda and the wisdom of Buddhist philosophy, we will uncover practical methods that can be easily integrated into your daily life. From herbal remedies to simple eye exercises and mindfulness practices, these techniques will guide you towards healthier eyes and a more balanced life. The journey begins with the story of Devendra, a young man who, like many of us today, found himself struggling with diminishing eyesight. His search for a solution led him to a Buddhist monk who, through the teachings of Ayurveda, provided him with a remedy that would not only restore his vision, but also change his life. The story of Devendra, a journey for sight. In a small village nestled at the foothills of the majestic Himalayas, there lived a young man named Devendra. His life was simple, yet fulfilling. He worked as a farmer, tending to the fields that his ancestors had cultivated for generations. The natural beauty of his surroundings was his daily companion. The lush green valleys, the snow-capped peaks, and the clear blue skies that stretched endlessly above him. However, as the years passed, Devendra noticed a troubling change. His once sharp vision began to blur. The distant mountains, which he had once admired from afar, now appeared hazy and indistinct. Even the crops in his field, once so easy to tend to, became harder to distinguish. Each day, his eyesight seemed to grow weaker, and a deep sense of fear took root in his heart. He sought help from the village healers, but none could offer a remedy that worked. Some gave him herbal ointments, while others recommended various eye exercises, but nothing seemed to halt the slow, painful decline of his vision. Soon, even reading became a challenge, and the world around him seemed to slip further into a veil of mist. Desperate for a solution, Devendra heard of a revered Buddhist monk who lived in a remote monastery high in the mountains. The monk, it was said, possessed great knowledge of Ayurveda, the ancient Indian system of healing. Pilgrims from far and wide came to him seeking cures for their ailments, and many left with their lives transformed. With a heart full of hope and determination, Devendra set off on a journey to find the monk. The path to the monastery was long and treacherous, winding through dense forests and steep mountain passes. But Devendra pressed on, driven by the hope that the monk might hold the key to restoring his sight. After days of arduous travel, Devendra finally reached the monastery. The air was crisp and filled with the soft sound of chanting monks, their prayers echoing through the mountain valleys. Devendra felt a sense of peace wash over him as he approached the temple, its golden spires glistening in the sunlight. Inside the monastery, Devendra found the monk sitting in deep meditation. He waited patiently until the monk opened his eyes and greeted him with a warm, knowing smile. "Welcome, my son," the monk said in a gentle voice. "I see that you have traveled far in search of healing. Tell me, what troubles you?" Devendra bowed respectfully before the monk and explained his plight. "O revered one," he began, "my eyesight is failing me. Each day my vision grows weaker and I fear that soon I will be unable to see at all. I have tried many remedies, but none have worked. Please guide me to a cure that will restore my sight." The monk listened attentively, his eyes filled with compassion. After a moment of reflection, he spoke. "My son, the eyes are not just physical organs, they are windows to the soul. When they grow weak, it is not only because of external factors, but also because of an imbalance within. To heal your eyes, you must heal both your body and your spirit." Devendra nodded, eager to learn more. The monk continued. "In Ayurveda, there is a sacred text known as the Chakshu Upanishad, which teaches us the ancient ways of caring for the eyes. There are many remedies and practices that can restore your vision, but you must follow them with patience and dedication. I will teach you these methods, and if you practice them diligently, your eyesight will improve." Devendra's heart filled with hope. "I am ready, master," he said. "Tell me what I must do." The monk smiled and began to share with Devendra the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda, starting with a series of daily rituals that would nurture his eyes and restore their strength. Ayurveda and the science of eye care. Ayurveda, often called the science of life, is one of the oldest systems of medicine known to humanity. Rooted in the belief that the body and mind are deeply interconnected, Ayurveda teaches that true healing can only occur when both physical and spiritual imbalances are addressed. Central to Ayurvedic philosophy is the idea that nature provides all the remedies we need to maintain health and well-being. In the Chakshu Upanishad, an ancient Ayurvedic text dedicated to the care of the eyes, several key practices and remedies are outlined for maintaining and restoring vision. These practices are not only simple, but also deeply effective, as they work with the body's natural healing processes. The monk began by explaining to Devendra the importance of the daily rituals that would form the foundation of his healing journey. These rituals were designed to cleanse, nourish, and strengthen the eyes, and when practiced regularly, they would restore Devendra's vision. Morning ritual. The power of saliva. The first practice the monk shared with Devendra was one that sounded strange at first, but was deeply rooted in Ayurvedic wisdom. Every morning, the monk instructed, when you wake up, before you wash your face or brush your teeth, take some of the saliva from your mouth and gently apply it to the corners of your eyes. Devendra was puzzled. "Saliva?" he asked, unsure of how such a simple substance could have any effect on his eyesight. The monk nodded. "Yes, my son. Our saliva, especially the saliva produced in the morning after a night of rest, contains powerful healing properties. It is rich in nutrients and enzymes that can nourish and cleanse the eyes. By applying it to the eyes, you are giving them the nourishment they need to heal and strengthen." Though it seemed unusual, Devendra trusted the monk's wisdom and vowed to practice this ritual each morning. The cleansing splash. Washing the eyes with cold water. The next step in Devendra's daily routine was a method of cleansing the eyes using cold water. After you apply the saliva, the monk explained, you must wash your eyes thoroughly with cold water. But do not wash them as you normally would. First, fill your mouth with water and then splash the cold water onto your eyes at least 20 times. Devendra listened carefully as the monk explained the reasoning behind this practice. When you fill your mouth with water, it helps to balance the heat in your body. The cold water, when splashed on the eyes, not only cleanses them, but also soothes any irritation or inflammation. This practice will help to remove any impurities that have accumulated in your eyes during the night, leaving them refreshed and clear. Sun gazing, absorbing the sun's healing energy. One of the most powerful practices the monk taught Devendra was the ancient art of sun gazing. Every morning, the monk said, you must gaze at the rising sun for a few minutes. But be careful. Only do this within the first hour of sunrise or the last hour before sunset, when the sun's rays are gentle and healing. Devendra was fascinated by this idea. But isn't it harmful to look directly at the sun? He asked. The monk smiled. At midday, yes, but in the early morning and late evening, the sun's rays are soft and nurturing. These rays contain vital energy that can strengthen your eyes and restore their natural vitality. Start by gazing at the sun for just a minute or two, and gradually increase the time to 5 minutes. As you do, you will feel the warmth of the sun entering your eyes, nourishing them from within. The monk also taught Devendra a simple technique to relax his eyes after sun gazing. After you have finished gazing at the sun, he said, rub your palms together to create heat, then gently place them over your closed eyes. This will help to soothe and relax your eyes after absorbing the sun's energy. The healing churna, herbal powder remedy. In addition to the daily rituals of cleansing and sun gazing, the monk introduced Devendra to a powerful herbal remedy known as churna. The use of herbs and natural ingredients to promote health has been a cornerstone of Ayurveda for millennia. Each herb is chosen for its unique properties, and when combined, they work in synergy to restore balance within the body. The monk handed Devendra a small pouch filled with a finely ground powder. This is churna, he said. It is made from a combination of 3 powerful fruits known as triphala. These fruits, amalaki, Indian gooseberry, bibitaki, and haritaki, are renowned in Ayurveda for their ability to detoxify the body, improve digestion, and most importantly, strengthen the eyes. Devendra looked at the powder curiously. How should I take it, master? He asked. Take 1 teaspoon of this powder every morning and evening, the monk instructed. Mix it with a little honey and consume it on an empty stomach. Within a few days, you will begin to notice a change in your vision. Your eyes will feel clearer, and the strain will lessen. But remember, the churna is most effective when combined with the other practices I have taught you. The monk explained that triphala is considered a rasayana in Ayurveda, which means it has rejuvenating properties. It not only strengthens the eyes, but also promotes overall vitality and longevity. The 3 fruits in triphala work together to cleanse the digestive system, improve circulation, and nourish the tissues of the body, including the delicate tissues of the eyes. The spiritual and physical connection. As Devendra began to practice the rituals and take the churna, he realized that healing his eyesight was not just about improving his physical vision. It was also about finding clarity within himself. The monk had spoken of the eyes as mirrors to the soul, and as Devendra's eyesight improved, he found that his mind became clearer as well. This connection between the physical and spiritual aspects of vision is deeply rooted in both Ayurveda and Buddhist philosophy. In Buddhism, the concept of right view or right perception is central to the path toward enlightenment. It refers not only to seeing the world with physical clarity, but also to seeing it with wisdom and understanding. Eyes as mirrors to the soul. In many ancient traditions, the eyes are considered the windows to the soul. In Buddhism, this idea is taken a step further. Our perception of the world is directly linked to our spiritual state. When our vision is clouded, either by physical impairment or by mental distractions, we are unable to see the truth clearly. Conversely, when our vision is clear, both physically and mentally, we are more attuned to the world around us and our place within it. For Devendra, the act of restoring his eyesight became a metaphor for his spiritual journey. As he followed the monk's teachings, he began to see the world with a new sense of clarity. He noticed the beauty in the simple things, the way the light filtered through the trees, the vibrant colors of the flowers in the fields, and the peaceful expressions on the faces of the monks at the monastery. It was as if, along with his physical sight, his inner vision had been restored. Meditation and mindfulness for eye health. The monk also taught Devendra the importance of meditation and mindfulness in maintaining not just physical health, but mental and spiritual well-being as well. Your eyes are connected to your mind, the monk explained. When your mind is calm, your eyes are at ease. But when your mind is restless, your eyes will strain and suffer. One of the meditation techniques the monk taught Devendra was called palming. This practice involves rubbing the palms together to generate heat and then gently placing them over the closed eyes. As you cover your eyes with your palms, the monk instructed, focus on your breathing. Allow your breath to slow down and feel the warmth from your hands relaxing your eyes. This will not only help to relieve eye strain, but also calm your mind. In addition to palming, the monk encouraged Devendra to practice mindfulness throughout the day. This meant being fully present in each moment, whether he was eating, walking, or working in the fields. When you are mindful, the monk said, you reduce the strain on your mind and your eyes. You will notice that your vision becomes clearer when you are fully present in the moment, without distractions. The role of prana, life force, in vision health. Ayurveda teaches that health is governed by the flow of prana, or life force, through the body. When prana flows freely, the body is healthy, and the senses, including the eyes, function optimally. However, when the flow of prana is blocked or imbalanced, it leads to physical and mental ailments, including vision problems. The monk explained to Devendra that many eye issues are caused by an imbalance of pitta dosha, one of the three primary energies in the body. Pitta governs heat and metabolism, and when it is out of balance, it can cause inflammation, dryness, and strain in the eyes. The practices the monk taught, washing the eyes with cold water, sun gazing, and taking churna, were all designed to balance pitta and restore the proper flow of prana. By balancing your pitta and nourishing your prana, the monk said, you will not only improve your eyesight, but also enhance your overall health and vitality. Devendra's healing process, the application of Ayurvedic remedies. As the days passed, Devendra faithfully followed the monk's instructions. Each morning, he applied the saliva from his mouth to the corners of his eyes, washed them with cold water, and gazed at the rising sun. He took the churna twice a day, as instructed, and made time for meditation and mindfulness throughout his daily activities. At first, the changes were subtle. Devendra noticed that his eyes felt less strained, and the pain that had once plagued him began to subside. The world around him seemed a little clearer, but the improvement was gradual. The monk had told him to be patient, and Devendra reminded himself that healing, like all things in life, takes time. By the end of the second week, however, the changes were undeniable. Devendra's vision had improved significantly. He could once again see the distant mountains clearly, and the colors of the flowers in his fields appeared more vibrant than they had in years. His eyes felt refreshed and strong, and the pain and strain that had once been constant companions were now distant memories. Grateful for the transformation, Devendra returned to the monastery to thank the monk. Master, he said, bowing deeply, your teachings have healed my eyes and restored my sight. I can see clearly again, and for that, I am forever grateful. The monk smiled and placed a hand on Devendra's shoulder. Remember, my son, he said, the journey of healing is never complete. Continue to care for your eyes and your spirit, for they are deeply connected. If you nurture them with love and mindfulness, they will serve you well for the rest of your life. Modern applications of ancient wisdom. Although Devendra lived in a time long ago, the wisdom he received from the monk is just as relevant today. In our modern world, where screen time dominates and stress is an everyday reality, the practices of Ayurveda and Buddhist mindfulness offer powerful tools for maintaining and improving eye health. Adapting ancient practices for modern life. The rituals that the monk taught Devendra can be easily adapted for today's lifestyle. Although we may not live in the quiet mountain village where Devendra resided, we can still incorporate these simple practices into our daily routines to care for our eyes and overall well-being. 1. Morning saliva application. Just as Devendra applied saliva to his eyes each morning, you can incorporate this practice into your routine. Before brushing your teeth or washing your face, apply a small amount of saliva to the corners of your eyes. This may seem unusual at first, but it has been used in Ayurveda for centuries to nourish and cleanse the eyes. 2. Washing with cold water. If you spend long hours in front of a computer or phone, washing your eyes with cold water can help reduce strain. Fill your mouth with water, as the monk instructed, and splash cold water onto your eyes 20 times. This simple practice will refresh your eyes and remove impurities that can accumulate from prolonged screen exposure. 3. Sun gazing. Although modern life often keeps us indoors, you can still practice sun gazing in the early morning or late evening. Spend a few minutes each day looking at the sun during the gentle hours of sunrise or sunset. This practice not only strengthens your eyes, but also connects you with the natural rhythms of the world. Eye exercises for strength and relaxation. In addition to Ayurvedic remedies, there are several simple eye exercises that can help strengthen the muscles of the eyes and relieve strain caused by long hours of screen use. Incorporating these exercises into your daily routine can enhance your eye health over time. 1. Palming. Rub your hands together to generate heat, then place your palms gently over your closed eyes. This practice relaxes the eye muscles and relieves stress. 2. Eye rolling. Sit comfortably and roll your eyes in a circular motion, clockwise and then counterclockwise. Repeat this exercise several times to strengthen your eye muscles. 3. Focus shifting. Hold your thumb a few inches away from your face and focus on it. Slowly move your thumb away, keeping your focus on it, and then bring it back. This exercise helps improve focus and flexibility in the eye muscles. By incorporating these simple exercises into your daily routine, you can maintain your eye health and reduce the risk of strain and fatigue. Stories of healing, real-life testimonials. The effectiveness of Ayurvedic remedies and mindfulness practices for eye health is not just a matter of ancient lore. Many modern individuals have experienced the benefits of these practices firsthand. In this section, we will explore real-life testimonials from people who have improved their vision through natural methods. Testimonial 1. Maya's journey to clearer vision. Maya, a software engineer, spent nearly 10 hours a day staring at computer screens. Over time, she noticed that her vision was becoming increasingly blurry and her eyes were constantly dry and irritated. She tried using eye drops and prescription glasses, but nothing seemed to alleviate the strain. Frustrated, Maya turned to Ayurveda for help. She began practicing the morning saliva application and cold water splashing, as described by the monk in Devendra's story. She also started taking Triphala churna daily. At first, it seemed too simple to work, Maya admitted, but after just a few weeks, I noticed a difference. My eyes felt less strained, and the dryness had significantly reduced. Now, I practice these rituals every day, and my eyesight is sharper than it's been in years. Testimonial 2. Suresh's experience with sun gazing. Suresh, a yoga teacher, had always been interested in natural remedies and holistic health. When he began to experience eye fatigue and difficulty focusing, he incorporated sun gazing into his daily routine. At first, I was skeptical about looking directly at the sun, even in the early morning, Suresh said. But I followed the guidelines and only practiced during the safe hours. Within a few months, my vision improved noticeably. I no longer experience the same level of strain, and I feel more connected to the natural rhythms of the day. Testimonial 3. Kavita's success with ghee eye wash. Kavita, a working mother, struggled with dry eyes due to her constant exposure to air conditioning and screen time. She discovered the ghee eye wash remedy and decided to give it a try. It felt strange at first, putting ghee in my eyes, Kavita explained. But after a few days, my eyes felt so much better, more lubricated and less irritated. Now, I use the ghee wash regularly, and I haven't had to use artificial tears in months. These stories highlight the power of natural remedies and mindful practices in improving eye health. Whether through the use of herbs, meditation, or simple daily rituals, many people have found relief from eye strain and vision problems by embracing these ancient methods. The eyes as pathways to well-being. As we come to the end of this journey through ancient wisdom and modern applications, it becomes clear that the health of our eyes is deeply connected to the health of our entire being. The Buddhist story of Devendra and the Ayurvedic teachings he received from the monk serve as a reminder that healing is not just about addressing physical symptoms. It is about nurturing the whole person. In today's world, where we are constantly surrounded by screens and artificial light, it is easy to take our eyesight for granted. But the practices outlined in this essay, whether it is applying morning saliva to the eyes, washing them with cold water, or practicing sun gazing, offer simple, natural ways to care for our eyes and maintain their health for years to come. More than that, these practices remind us to slow down, reconnect with the natural world, and approach our health with mindfulness and intention. The eyes are not just organs of sight, they are gateways to our inner world. When we care for our eyes, we are also caring for our mind, body, and spirit. By incorporating the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda and Buddhist teachings into our daily lives, we can restore balance, improve our vision, and live with greater clarity, both in how we see the world and how we see ourselves.